We now have formula number 10 to illustrate evaluating Laplace transform problem, which is written as the Laplace of the product of e raised to at multiplied by sine omega t is equal to omega divided by the quantity of s minus a raised to square plus omega raised to square. Now let us have some problems to illustrate the application of formula number 10. Say the given problem is the Laplace of the product of 8 e raised to 5t multiplied by sine 3t. This Laplace problem can also be written as 8 multiplied by the Laplace of e raised to 5t sine 3t. Since 8 is a constant which is multiplier, so we're going to place 8 before the Laplace symbol. And if we observe, e raised to 5t sine 3t takes the form of formula number 10. So we have e80 sine omega t is the same as e raised to 5t sine 3t, wherein e80 and we have e raised to 5t, a here is simply equal to 5. Sine 3t and sine omega t is equal, therefore omega is equal to 3. Since we now have a equal 5 and omega is equal to 3, we are now ready to substitute it in this formula. So we have omega is simply 3 divided by the quantity of s, so copy s here, and then copy the minus sign, and a is simply 5, so we have 5 here, and then that is being raised to square, and then copy the plus sign. Omega is 3, so we need to square 3 since there is square here. Simplifying it now, so we have 3 divided by the quantity of s minus 5 raised to square plus 3 square, that is simply 9. Now since there is 8 here, we're going to multiply this by 8. So the final answer now becomes 8 by 3, so we have 24 divided by the quantity of s minus 5 square plus 9. This final answer can also be written as f of s is equal to 24 divided by the quantity of s minus 5 raised to square plus 9. For problem number 2, we have the Laplace of the product of sine 4t e raised to negative 7t. Now this Laplace problem can also be written as in this manner. So we have the Laplace of e negative 7t multiplied by sine of 4t, and it takes the form of formula number 10 also. Since we have e80 here, e80 is the same as e negative 7t, sine omega t is also the same as sine 4t. Then therefore, if this is e80 and this is e negative 7t, a now becomes negative 7. If this is sine omega t and that is sine 4t, therefore omega is equal to 4. Substituting the a, negative 7 and omega 4 here in this formula, we now have omega is simply 4 divided by the quantity of s, so copy s here, and copy also the negative sign, and a is negative 6, so we're going to multiply negative 7 by negative. So we have negative 7 here, and that is being square. And then we have the plus sign. Omega again is simply 4, and we need to square it. Simplifying it now, we have 4 divided by the quantity of s. So we have negative times negative 7, so we have positive 7, and that is being raised to square, plus 4 by 4, so we have 16. Then multiply it by 1, this is the coefficient of the Laplace symbol, or this is also same as 4 divided by s plus 7 square plus 16. This is the final answer, and that can also be written as f of s is equal to 4 divided by s plus 7 raised to square plus 16. We now have the last 3 problems. Okay, what we are going to do now is to solve these last 3 problems. If you take a look, we have the pattern here to evaluate this Laplace transform. What we will do now is to follow the formula to shorten the solution without writing the solution itself. So what we will do is to identify which one is W and which one is A. So problem number 3, 4, and 5, the A here happens to be 3 or number 3. A here is negative 1. A here is negative 5. And omega in problem number 3 is simply 10. Omega in problem number 4 is 12. And omega in problem number 5 is 7. What about 4, 6, and 9? 4, 6, and 9 are multiplier. Just get the omega and multiply it by the multiplier of each problem, then therefore that is the answer in the numerator. So let us work on it. Let us try the shorthand method, which is directly the final answer. So we have 10 multiplied by 4, that is 40, divided by the quantity of S minus A. A is simply 3, so S minus 3, and that is being squared, plus omega is simply 10, and then square it, so 10 by 10, so we have 100. So that would be the final answer for number 3. For number 4, since omega is equal to W multiplied by 6, so that is 72, divided by S minus A, since A is negative 1 times negative, so that is positive 1. And then square it, plus omega is 12, 12 by 12, so we have 144. And that will be the final answer for number 4. And for the last problem, number 5, which is the shorthand method, direct answer, we have omega is 7 times 9, so that is 63, divided by S minus A. A here is negative 5 times negative, so that is positive 5, and that is being raised to square, plus omega is 7 times 7, so that is 49. So this is the final answer for problem number 5.